Hello, and welcome to my channel, Shanna Makes It. Today I have a fun project where we're going to be making a boho wall hanging using a placemat and some floral type picks that I got from Hobby Lobby. And I just thought it'd be really fun to make, so follow me along, and if you like, give me a thumbs up. Consider subscribing for my channel. Thank you. Okay, this is a bigger project, so I kind of cleared off my desktop to kind of make room for that. So this is basically a placemat that come from Hobby Lobby. It is the Springs shop, and they always have those 40% off. So I paid $7.99 with 40% off, so whatever that is. And then I picked up these. These were also Spring Shop. In fact, I was real glad to get them at 40% off as well. And I've got a rose colored, a sage colored, and then I've got a little different textured piece here that is, I don't know, kind of in the shape of a pine cone. But anyway, all of these were $11.99 a piece, but I did get them at 40% off. And so these are quite long, so I'll definitely have to cut them down. But these are the colors that I need for my spare bedroom to go with the other things that I have hanging on the wall. So I'm gonna have to cut these down to size, and then we'll begin putting together our wall hanging. So follow me along. Okay, so this is a Pinterest inspired craft. I saw something similar on Pinterest, and so that's where I got the idea for this, but this will be perfect for my motif. So what I'm doing is just cutting the tags off and getting this ready to go. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to figure out which way it will seem to bend the best. Perhaps this way, because I'm going to do it just in half like that is how I'm going to do it. And then I think I'm going to use, I have some of these paint stir sticks, and I think I'm going to use those for some stability and something that I can glue my floral arrangements to. So that's what I'm planning to do, is use these like that. And I've got a lot of hot glue here, got my glue sticks, and I'm thinking I'll glue those down. And then I've got just some D-hooks that I'm going to use for the back, and I'll be able to put them on the back and screw into this to hold it. It's going to be fairly lightweight, so it's not going to be a problem as far as weight, but I do have two of those, and I'll just put one on each end into that, and that'll help to hang it. So I think what I'm going to do first is I'll go ahead and glue these down and get them all ready to go, put the hooks on the back, and then I'll cut down the florals and attach them kind of in a fanned pattern, and hopefully this will turn out. This was just me seeing something on Pinterest and then being at Hobby Lobby going, oh, maybe this and that and this can go together. And so I'm hoping that it'll all work out. So we'll just get started on it. Okay, so I decided to turn it around to where this tag part, I actually cut it away, but to where it'll fold forward. So there'll be no chance of seeing that on the wall. So I decided to just flip it around. And then I've got one of my paint stir sticks going one way and just the one the other, just kind of for stability, since it's a little bit weaker there on that side. I thought I would just flip them. So let's see, it looks like my hot glue gun is heated up and ready to go. So I'm just going to generously apply some glue to this board so that I can get it stuck down really well. And hopefully this will work. I have not tried this in advance, so we'll just do that. And then I'm going to just flip it over and just glue it down. Try to get it nice and straight. I'm going from corner to corner and then just pressing down on that. And then I'm just going to go ahead and do the exact same thing to the second one. Just adding a generous amount of glue to it to get it laid down. Looks like I need to add a stick. I've been doing a lot of hot gluing lately. I made a whole bunch of my mug rugs for a party the other night. So, okay. So we'll get that laid down. Now that'll give us a base for our stems, something that we can glue it to besides just this. But we're going to be using a lot of hot glue. And my hope is, hopefully it's dry, my hope is that I can take these hangers and screw into that, and that'll work. So I'm going to get I need to get my screwdriver out and figure out exactly where it's going to go, and then we'll do that. Okay, so I can kind of feel exactly where that board is. So I can just kind of fill, and I think I'm going to want it there. And I think I probably need maybe to pierce it somehow so that I can get started. And I want to make sure I get right in the middle of that. That wood's pretty thin wood. So I just did that. And actually I'm going to get my self-healing mat and lay it underneath here because I don't want to get into my desk because that would be very sad. So, and I just made that pierce mark and I'm probably lost it. So I'll make another one. So I'm going to get this where I want it. And then I'm just going to make that piercing mark right there. And then hopefully I can find it to get my screw in there. So I'm hoping that that will hold true. So if I hold that right there, I can kind of see where I've got it. Yeah. Now this screw is going to be obviously a little bit longer than that paint stir stick, but I'm going to have some width inside of there because of, so far so good, because of the floral that's going to be in there. And then the other side, yeah, we're starting to come out the back, so I'm going to lift it up a little bit. Then the other side of the placemat will help to cover up that little bit of screw that's sticking out there. But I think that's going to work. So it looks like I hit it a little bit high on there, but I think it'll work all right. So now the trick is to try and get it in about the same spot on the other side. I suppose you could hang it with one if you wanted to, but I just thought it would hang better if you use two of them. So I think it'll work all right. So I'm trying to get close. Looks like I need to be, let me see how this is. Get this laid up on this. I'm lining it up on my mat with my fingers just to kind of give me an idea of where it needs to be. So I think, straighten that up. I think that's going to be pretty close right there. So I'm just going to do that again. Press in there. Oh, and get my screw that's running across the V table. Try and hit my little pressing mark and screw that in. Hopefully I'm hitting it. Feels like I am. It just hasn't popped through yet. So I think that's going to work for me. And you can see the two little screws are just barely popping up there. I don't know if you can see that or not, but they're just barely popping up. So that's not going to be a problem because we're going to have the thickness of the floral and then we'll have this overlapped on there. Had a little camera malfunction there. I tried to get a mat when I was in Hobby Lobby. I was trying to get one that I felt like it would bend easier, and I hope that this one will work all right, is what I'm hoping for. So the next part is trying to get our florals and decide how long we want them, how long they need to be, how short, whatever, and then to cut them down. I haven't cut them down yet. Okay, so what I did off camera was I went ahead and kind of eyeballed how tall they would be. I cut them down and then I put them in this vase just to keep them all contained. The biggest part of this project is just managing the mess because it is quite messy. If you can tolerate the mess, I think you'll be able to come with hopefully a fairly neat project. So I've got them in here so that I can just grab them out color by color what I want. And I'm just going to begin laying some glue down and kind of getting a feel for what I think I want to do. And so we'll just get started here. Just going to lay some down, and I may have to cut some more. I may have to cut off some more. Yeah, I'm sure that I am. But I'm just trying to, I'm going to probably start low on this side because we're going to be on the, kind of on the corner here. So I'm going to start low with that and add some down like that. And then I have some smaller green ones that I'll add into it. Some smaller red or blush, whatever color you want to call it. I think I'll get them laid down as I want them, and then I'll snip off the rest of it as we go. And I want to make sure I'm getting it good and full. hopefully this is going to work out. I've never done anything like this. In fact, what I might just do is just lay them all down and then glue. I think that's a better option. That way there's nothing permanent about it, and I can see if it's going in the direction that I like it to go. I think that's probably a better idea for me. So I'll do that. I want it to be really full, which I think I have enough here to make it really full. And have I gotten to the toe? I'm going to kind of put some, I think I'm just winging it here. Just kind of spreading them out. And hopefully that's high enough. I might even want to go higher on those. I think some of the green ones are actually even longer than that. I cut them all off at the bottom at the same, but I think the green ones were actually longer than the red ones, the stems. I just kind of bundled them all up together, and oh man, you can't even see. I just realized you can't see the full effect of what I got going on here. Actually, I need to bring these down a little bit and kind of show you what I'm doing. So I'm just trying to line these up. Okay, so I wasn't all the way in frame there, so I'm moving my camera. I apologize for that. I'm trying to get some pretty good height off of this, is what I'm trying to do. And in the process of that, I kind of got off out of frame, and you couldn't see what I was doing, so I apologize for that. So I'm just going to lay it out, and I've got a lot of it. I'm just going to keep going. Just kind of get a feel for what I want. It's quite messy. It's hard when you know, I'm trying to do this way without gluing them, so I can get an idea, but they're wanting to move around quite a bit. So take some of these long green ones. This has taken a while, so I'll probably just speed it up, and that way you don't have to watch me do all of this. Okay, so I've got them all laid out in the pattern, and as you can see, it's way too long here, so I'm gonna have to cut some of that off before I can glue it up. So I did lay quite a bit of hot glue down as I went, just to kind of keep the placement of what I've got. So I'm hoping this is going to turn out all right. So I'm going to try and just cut that away so that I don't want to use my good scissors, but just so that it won't be in the way when we go to flip it up. So I'm just taking my regular scissors and just kind of cutting where my second board is. Hopefully you can see that. And if I do a little bit at a time, I can just use my regular scissors. They're pretty thin. In fact, I'm thinking, I hope they're not too thin to actually hang right and that they don't droop. So I guess a suggestion I would make is if you want to do this, you might want a little bit sturdier flower for this. I wanted this because I liked the actual style of it being kind of a wispy type look. I really liked the way that looked, and I thought that would look nice in my room. So that's why I went with these. So I'm just trying to cut them down. And I'll go ahead and put this on fast motion so you don't have to watch me cutting all of these. So we'll do that. Okay, I've got them all cut down to where I want. I do still have some loose ones, so just need to add some more glue to it, which it's not going to matter because we're going to get hot glue gun crazy here in a minute because we're going to fold this up. So I need to get another stick in my glue gun and get it ready. And then what I plan to do is just lay a massive amount of glue down and then fold that up, and then we're going to have the wall hanging. Just in peeking at that, I think it's going to be really, really cool. So I hope it turns out. I've got some clamps here that I'm going to use because I feel like I'm going to have to clamp it shut for a minute, maybe even set something heavy on it just to get all the hot glue to take. But my plan is to just really saturate this with hot glue, fold this up, hold it down, and then we'll be ready to hang it and take some pictures of it. I think it's going to be really pretty. So let me know what you think. Okay, here we go. Let's go glue crazy. So I'm just going to really start putting some down, and I'm going to do it kind of quick because I want it to adhere. So I'm going up high because I know I'm going to fold that up. So I'm just trying to get a whole bunch of glue on here. So hopefully this will hold. I'm hoping for the best. Okay, here we go. Now I'm just going to fold it and try to line it up with where my top edge of my placemat is. And then I'm just going to take my clips, and on the sides I'm going to clip them to just help it to stay. And then I am going to set something heavy on it that will help weigh it down. Let's see, what have I got that I can set on that's heavy. I'll tell you what, my Spellbinders machine, this bad boy here weighs a ton. So we'll just set that on there and let that glue set. It shouldn't take very long. Obviously hot glue dries pretty quickly. And then if I need to add more glue or whatever, I can. I think it'll be all right. I think I'm really gonna love this. I can't wait to hang it in the bedroom and take a picture of it. I think it turned out pretty good. All right, I'm gonna take that off of there. So let's move this and kind of, can you get a view of what it looks like if we take our clamps off? I think it's going to be really pretty. So I hope you like it. I'm going to take it in there and hang it on the wall and get some pictures and add it so that you can see exactly how it turned out. It actually looks like, and it looks like I should probably add some additional ones here. Let's just do that, and we can just shove them in because I really feel like they need to come all the way down the side. So I had extras left, and now that I'm looking at it, you know, I was just going the top area. I didn't think about the middle. So you are going to want to take them clear down to the middle. So what I'm going to do is just start snipping some of these off and adding some glue and sticking them in there so that it'll go all the way down to the bottom. So I think that'll kind of finish the look. So this is it. I think it turned out pretty good. Hopefully you can see it. It'll be really pretty on the wall. So I'll get some pictures of it on the wall and then I'll add it to this video. I hope you like my project and that you consider subscribing to my channel. Thanks for stopping by. Have a great day.